Life feels short, yet so many of us live as if we have all the time in the world. But here's the honest truth. The average person only gets about 30,000 days. That's it. Really let that sink in. If you're 30 years old, a staggering 11,000 of those days are already gone, never to return. We often tell ourselves, "Oh, I'll do it someday." But someday is a dangerous word, isn't it? It tricks you into thinking you have endless time. In the next 15 minutes, however, you'll discover some truly powerful strategies to make your time really count. Not just managing it, but genuinely living it. These aren't your typical time management tips. These are deep, practical insights into how life actually works. Number 1. Time perception and psychology. Time can play tricks on your mind, and understanding these illusions is the first step to mastering it. Think back to when you were a kid. Summer seemed to stretch on forever, and a single day could feel like an entire week. Now, though, years just zip by like months. This is what we call the time unit paradox, and it's not just in your head, it's how your brain is wired. Here's the science behind it. Your brain measures time by recording new experiences. As a child, everything was fresh and new, so your brain was constantly recording, making time feel wonderfully slow. But as an adult, our routines can make days blur together. The same breakfast, the same commute, even the same Netflix shows. Your brain literally skips recording these moments. It's just another normal day, and we get stuck in this comfort zone. This is the trap of time blindness. But guess what? You can hack this system. Try taking different routes to work. Pick up a new skill every month, or simply strike up conversations with strangers. Each new experience forces your brain to pay attention, making time feel like it expands again. And here's one of the biggest time perception mistakes we make. We consistently overestimate what we can do in a day, but massively underestimate what we can achieve in a year. This, my friend, is why so many people give up on their goals too soon. Number 2, priority management. Most people confuse being busy with being productive. They fill their days with tasks that feel important, but don't actually matter in the long run. Here's a powerful tool, the deathbed test. Imagine yourself at 90 years old, looking back on your life. Will you really care about that extra hour you spent at the office? Or will it be the time you spent with your family? Suddenly, priorities become crystal clear. We often say, "I'll finish this report first," while life's real priorities quietly slip away, one day at a time. What successful people understand is this: knowing what not to do is often more valuable than knowing what to do. It's the two-list strategy. Write down everything you want to achieve. Now, circle the top 3 items. Everything else? That's your avoid list. Think about compound interest, but for life choices. Small, daily investments in the right priorities truly multiply over time. But there's a catch. Social media, busy work, and constant distractions are always trying to steal your attention from what truly matters. The solution: ruthlessly eliminate the non-essential. Your time is far too precious for anything less. Number 3, relationship dynamics. Think of relationships like bank accounts. Every small interaction is either a deposit or a withdrawal. A genuine compliment? That's a deposit. Constantly being late? That's a withdrawal. And just like real banks, you can't keep making withdrawals if you haven't made any deposits. I don't understand why they're upset. I only reach out when I need something. And there's the problem. Most people focus on grand gestures, expensive gifts, big celebrations. But here's the truth. Small daily deposits matter more. A random text just checking in, remembering small details, being there during tough times. These are the things that truly build connections. Here's something a bit counterintuitive. Shared suffering often builds stronger bonds than shared pleasure. Going through challenges together creates deeper connections than just having fun. And don't ignore your weak ties, those casual acquaintances and distant friends. They are your bridges to new opportunities, fresh ideas, and different perspectives. Strong ties comfort you, but weak ties help you grow. Want to expand your sense of time? Help others. It's the ultimate paradox. Giving your time away makes you feel like you have more of it. Number 4, career and purpose. Your best career opportunities aren't always where you think they are. Often, they're just one step outside your comfort zone. This is what we call the adjacent possible, that sweet spot between what you know and what you could know. We often think, I need to stay in my lane, but that's exactly how careers get stuck. Here's a massive career mistake: optimizing for money too early. In your 20s and early 30s, optimize for learning. Every new skill you gain is like a lottery ticket for future opportunities. Money, you see, always follows knowledge. Forget the traditional career ladder, it's a trap. Modern careers are much more like jungle gyms. Move sideways, diagonally, or even backwards sometimes. Each move builds a unique skill combination that makes you truly irreplaceable. This job is comfortable, you might think, but comfort can be career quicksand. The longer you stay in a role you've outgrown, the harder it is to leave. Here's a secret. Try productive procrastination. When you're avoiding one task, channel that energy into learning something new. Your procrastination projects often reveal your true passions. Number 5. Health and vitality. Health isn't just about living longer. It's your life force multiplier. Every other aspect of your life either improves or suffers based on your health. Period. Think about it. Would you rather have 8 energized hours or 12 draining ones? Your energy levels matter far more than just the sheer amount of time you have. I'll sleep when I'm dead. That's completely the wrong mindset. Sleep isn't just rest. It's your brain's superpower. Without it, your decision-making is as impaired as being drunk. That promotion you want, that relationship you're building, they all depend on your brain working at its absolute best. Here's something nobody really talks about. You're actually 2 different people, morning you and evening you. Morning you makes the plans, and evening you has to follow through. Don't let morning you be a tyrant. Want a life hack? Micro workouts. 10 push-ups here, a quick walk there, 5 minutes of stretching. These small movements really add up. Your body was built to move, not sit for 8 hours. Remember this. Physical movement creates mental clarity. Stuck on a problem? Move your body. The solution will often come to you. Number 6. Learning and growth. Want to learn anything faster? Teach it to someone else. This is called the teacher effect. Explaining something forces your brain to understand it at a deeper level. I'm not ready to teach yet, you might say. But that's exactly why you should teach. Your struggles make you a better teacher than an expert because you still remember what's confusing. Here's a secret learning hack. Read biographies. Why? Because each one gives you a lifetime of experiences in just a few hours. Want to avoid common mistakes? Learn from people who already made them. Most people try to get good at everything. Smart people, however, stay strategically bad at some things. It's called deliberate amateurism, and it keeps your brain flexible and your ego in check. Constraints aren't your enemy. They're your superpower. Limited time, limited money, limited resources. Good. These constraints force you to be creative. And here's the most valuable skill: knowing when to quit. Strategic quitting isn't failure. It's making space for better opportunities. Quit fast on things that don't truly serve your growth. Number 7. Emotional intelligence. Your emotions actually have a secret timer. The chemicals that create any emotion, anger, fear, frustration, last for exactly 90 seconds in your body. After that, you're choosing to stay in that emotion. I can't help how I feel, you might think. But here's the truth. While you can't control the first wave of emotion, you absolutely control the second. Think of emotional regulation like a superpower. Raw intelligence might get you the job, but emotional regulation gets you the promotion. Why? Because people trust those who can stay calm in chaos. Most people hide their vulnerability. Smart people use it strategically. Showing the right amount of vulnerability at the right time builds deeper trust than always appearing perfect. Here's a costly mistake: avoiding difficult conversations. These conversations are like compound interest in reverse. The longer you wait, the more emotional debt you accumulate. That small issue you're avoiding? It's growing bigger every single day. And gratitude isn't just a feel-good practice. Unexpressed gratitude is like having money in a bank you can never withdraw from. Use it or lose it. Number 8. Financial wisdom. Money isn't just about numbers in your bank account. It's about something far more precious: your freedom of time. Here's a truth most people miss. Making more money often makes you poorer in time. As your income grows, your lifestyle tends to expand. A bigger house means more maintenance. A fancy car means more worry. A better neighborhood means a longer commute. Finally, I can afford everything I want, but that's the trap. Lifestyle inflation is like running on a treadmill, moving fast but going nowhere. Think about time affluence. Would you rather make $100,000 working 80 hours a week or $70,000 working 30? Your true hourly rate includes everything you sacrifice for that money. Most people get this backwards. They buy objects but rent experiences. Smart people, however, rent objects and buy experiences. Why? Because experiences appreciate in value, objects usually don't. Here's the ultimate financial skill: building margins. Living below your means isn't about restriction. It's about creating space for opportunities. That space is your ticket to true wealth. Number 9. Creative living. Creativity isn't about waiting for inspiration. It works more like a faucet. When you first turn it on, rusty water comes out. Those are your bad ideas. You need those bad ideas. They clear the way for the good ones. I'm waiting for the perfect idea, you might say. But that's like waiting for the water to get clean without turning on the tap. You have to push through the rust. Here's something counterintuitive. Creativity loves constraints. Give someone unlimited options and they freeze. Give them limited options and they get creative. Think about it. Shakespeare wrote in strict meter and rhyme. Those limits actually forced his creativity. Most people try to create and judge at the same time. That's like trying to drive with one foot on the gas and one on the brake. First, create. Judge later. Document everything you create. Your brain is like a creativity muscle. It needs to see its progress to grow stronger. Those early terrible attempts, they're your proof of improvement. And here's the real secret. Combine skills nobody else combines. That unique intersection, that's your creative superpower. Number 10. Personal energy. Your energy is your most precious resource. Time management is useless without energy management. You simply can't do meaningful work if you're running on empty. Most people never really audit their energy. They don't realize some activities give them energy while others drain it. That morning walk? Energy boost. That toxic friendship? Energy vampire. I just need more willpower, you might think. But willpower is like a muscle. It gets tired. Smart people don't rely on willpower. They design their environment to make good choices automatic. Think about decision fatigue. Every choice you make takes energy. What to wear, what to eat, when to exercise. That's why successful people often wear the same things and eat the same breakfast. They're saving their energy for decisions that truly matter. Here's a counterintuitive energy hack: strategic incompetence. Being deliberately bad at non-essential tasks means others stop asking you to do them. Your energy stays protected for what you do best. Remember this: recovery isn't a waste of time. It's how you multiply your time's value. Number 11. Social capital. Success isn't just about what you know, it's about who you know. But here's the thing. Real social capital isn't about collecting business cards or LinkedIn connections. It's about building genuine relationships. There's a simple formula for friendship: time plus vulnerability plus shared experiences. You can't shortcut any of these elements. Real connections need all three. I don't have time for networking, you might say. But that's missing the point. True networking isn't about taking, it's about connecting. The best networkers aren't collectors, they're connectors. They introduce people who should know each other. Most people underinvest in friendship maintenance. They wait for big life events to reconnect, but strong relationships are built in the small moments. That random check-in text, that quick coffee, that's where real bonds grow. Think about community like a garden. You can't plant all the seeds at once and expect them to grow. You need constant, small acts of nurturing. Every conversation is water. Every introduction is fertilizer. The truly successful, they build their community before they need it. Because when you desperately need a community, it's often too late to build one. Number 12. Mental models. Mental models are your mind's shortcuts to understanding reality. But here's the catch. The map is not the territory. Your mental models are always simpler than reality, and that's both their strength and their weakness. Most people only see what's in front of them. They play checkers while life plays chess. Second-order thinking is your advantage, asking not just what happens next, but what happened after what happens next. This seems like the obvious choice, you might think. But obvious to whom? Your mental map might be missing crucial territory. That's why multiple perspectives aren't just useful, they're essential. Here's a powerful truth. Knowledge isn't power. Understanding is power. Knowledge is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. Understanding is knowing not to put it in a fruit salad. Most people collect facts. Smart people collect patterns. Think about inverse thinking. Instead of asking, how can I solve this problem? Ask, how am I creating this problem? Sometimes the solution is simply stopping what's causing the problem in the first place. Number 13, life design. Your life isn't something that just happens to you. It's something you actively design. Think of it like a portfolio, not just of money, but of experiences, relationships, skills, and dreams. Most people overvalue planning and undervalue testing. Life design isn't about making perfect plans. It's about running small experiments to see what actually works for you. I need to figure everything out first, you might say. But that's exactly backward. You can't think your way into the right life. You have to test your way there. Here's what most people miss about change. Tiny adjustments create massive results. Want to transform your life? Start with changing one thing for 5 minutes. That small win builds momentum for bigger changes. Think about your metrics. Most people measure their lives by society standards, money, status, possessions. But what if you designed your own metrics? What if success meant more time with family, or learning new skills, or helping others? Regular life reviews aren't optional. They're how you catch problems while they're still small. Monthly reviews prevent yearly regrets. Ultimately, life isn't about finding extra hours. It's about making your hours truly count. Every principle we've talked about, from time perception to building strong relationships, from managing your energy to designing your life, all work together to help you create a life worth living. Remember, time will pass whether you use it wisely or not. Your habits become your days become your years, and your years become your life. Start small. Pick one idea that truly resonated with you. Test it, refine it, and make it your own. The best time to start living fully isn't someday, it's today.